idea that it's like one that happened like that.
This one says
In the next few hours, you'll see the Patriot parachute team. You'll see the F-16 fighting
Hello, Alicia.
Awesome job.
Alicia, sorry.
You can jump inside of an airplane. You can jump off a motorcycle off a cliff.
Want to see where? Where they shave?
That's like a 15-minute documentary of like heavy driving.
Yes.
Or did you just take a picture?
Wow, this is so 14 to 19.
I think I just went through Yeah, no, I'll play on this one. You can play softball. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. You can play floor hockey in here.
This is awesome. I mean, the floor's not smooth, so gotta watch where you step.
That was built in the 1947.
Okay.
Oh, nope, it's not coming down. We gotta pick it up.
And while it was important that she with some 1,500 shells of ordnance were fired. The British, but the next morning he didn't see a white house. Instead, he saw a huge 32-foot by 40-foot American flag flying above the fort, indicating American victory. That attorney was also an amateur poet, and he wrote a poem called The Defense of Fort McHenry. His name, Francis Scott Key. The first stanza of that poem became our national anthem. Looking overhead, we will see canopies coming out very shortly. The parachute team, made up today of 2 former Navy SEALs. And another Air Force colonel. That former Air Force colonel was a combat controller in F-15.
Enjoy that every day.
Isaiah, Steve, Taylor, and Matt. Just compare the full team of the members of the parachute team. If they were all brought together, they would literally total in the number of free fall parachute jumps that they have made would be over 100,000.
Recently, probably as he said.
Now I'm looking skyward and somebody's got it.
Little giant bats in the training.
Just a little bit, do you have it? All right, we've got jumpers away. We should serve you with that. They will be coming through. I've got a cat chasing me here now. Terminal velocity.
Generally take those down.
Behind their right hips.
Thanks for coming. Hello, hello. Want to check out the cockpit?
The show is kind of started already.
Watch them as a couple of them get close together. They are going to be doing a fast.
So they fly backwards. Got it.
Travel backwards. This is the refueling station.
Hello.
Hello.
Here's where you were operating.
Yeah, that's what you were doing.
Hello. How's it going?
You're good. Right now, from that 120 mile per hour
I like the
terminal velocity, they're traveling at a forward speed of about 25 miles per hour now. These are Ram air canopies. They are very steerable. To pull left, the jumper will turn on the pull on the left steering line. To turn right, they'll pull on the right steering line. Now, as we look at the 2 canopies that are now side by side, and they can spiral down at sometimes as much as 60 miles per hour.
I can't
What a way
spot
to
them.
start the show. Blue sky, sunny, and the Patriot parachute team. Isaiah's got 6,500 jumps. Steve, 7,500 jumps. Taylor's 5,500 jumps. Taylor is from Virginia Beach. Steve is from Dallas. Isaiah from Harris, Minnesota. Now we see the flags out. And in just a moment, Reagan Kern will sing our national anthem. We'll wait till they get down a little bit. If you look carefully and you see the smoke coming off the trailing jumper's boot, you will see that the smoke is moving fast and they are moving slowly. The winds up there are what, George? Probably 40 miles an hour, something like that. And it is very challenging to get forward speed when the inherent forward speed of those canopies is only 25 miles per hour. But this formation is very unique.
I'm not speaking. Oh, you went over to that one. Okay, I'll add you there, dear.
When the flag touches down, it will hit the ground. And there are some who say if the flag touches the ground, it has to be burned. That is
moderator.
not true in
Nobody
actual
can hear
flag
me?
protocol. As long as an
Can you guys
honest
hear me?
effort is made to get the flag
Make
off
sure my
the ground
sound
as
is
quickly
working.
as possible, it is okay
Sound check.
to jump a large flag like this as they are in a down plane. Now, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are within the sound of my voice, please remove your caps and come to attention as Reagan Kern sings our national anthem.
Can you see by whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the brave and the home of the brave?
Way to go, Reagan. Reagan Kern, nice job. Ladies and gentlemen, a huge round of applause for Reagan Kern and the members of the Patriot Parachute Team here at the Duluth Air and Aviation Expo. Jumping in not only with the American flag, but with the first responders flag as well. They've got it picked up. They will be jumping again later on in today's show. And the Civil Air Patrol bringing the colors back. Thank you for your attention. You may be seated, ladies and gentlemen. The Duluth Air Show would like to thank all of our sponsors and partners for helping us host the largest air show in Minnesota. We would like to thank Essentia Health, Calver Lines, 148th Fighter Wing, Lake Superior Helicopters, Blackwoods, Lake Superior College, City of Hermantown, Sheridan Hotel, Waste Management, Super One Foods, Holiday Inn and Suites, Let me introduce you, if I may, introduce you to the commanding officer of the 148th Fighter Wing. He is Colonel Nate Asta, a 1999 graduate of the Air Force Academy. Is that correct?
That's right, Bob.
Wow, and you fly these things?
I do. They still let me fly them.
That's got to be one of the happiest times of your life when you're leaning back 30 degrees in the F-16 Fighting Falcon.
Yep. They call it the Fighting Falcon. It's kind of called the Mighty Viper. It is still a great aircraft. Been flying it.
Hey, Mike, how you doing?
It is just a great aircraft all around.
You joined the Minnesota Air National Guard after a number of years in the Air Force. How long have you been here with this unit?
Been with this unit since 2010, so coming up on 14 years now.
Gosh, and guard units are different than active duty units, and that's a case for the kind of build-up.
I will stop going live eventually, just so that way I can go live for the Thunderbirds. Just so that way I can go live for that, guys.
1,000 members.
Because I'm going to be here until they close.
We stretch all around the state and the nation. We have members come and serve. We have members that have grandparents that have served. We have parents and children that are still serving together. So it is a family affair.
Multi-generational. Let's talk a little bit about the F-16 Fighting Falcon, because this is a big year for the F-16. 50 years of service to the United States Air Force and military and air arms of other militaries around the world.
That's right, it is. It's 50 years, and they say that it's going to be around for another 20 years. So this thing might see
You're very
70
welcome
or
for
75
sharing.
years of combat service, and it is one of our frontline fighters still today.
Who's flying today?
We have
Oh
two
yeah, the
of our
weather
younger
up here is
pilots.
great, Mike.
One is a major who came
It's
to us from
awesome.
the active duty. He's a traditional guardsman, so he flies with us. He's also
No,
a
the Blue
pilot
Angels
for a
are not
major
here.
airline in the United States. The other pilot is one of our active duty pilots.
It's usually one or
We
the
have
other.
four
They
of them
come.
active
They
duty
come.
pilots
They'll be here
assigned with
next
us.
year for sure.
And they're here
They
for a
usually
3-year
switch out
assignment.
every other year.
So that is kind of the two pilots that are flying today.
I would imagine the guys from the active duty units come here for 3 years. It makes the thought of being part of a guard unit even way more desirable.
Well, they like it here. They like them with us. You know, they'll go back to the active duty and they'll serve their commitment. And maybe they'll serve a full career. Maybe they'll come over to the 12th Force and join the Guard or Reserves.
They're coming in slowly right now. They're dirtied up. Gear and flaps down. They're not going to land right away. Are
Nope,
they?
this is what's called a formation approach. So they'll come in together. If they had to land on each other's wing, that's how they would do it. So they're about 150 knots, just coming in to land.
This is a very tight turning jet, isn't it?
It is. It's capable of up to 9Gs, which is almost the same 9Gs with the configuration that it's in. It's in its clean configuration, much like the Thunderbirds you'll see today. These jets are exactly the same as those Thunderbirds, with the exception of just a different engine. This engine is a General Electric, and the Thunderbirds are flying the Pratt & Whitney engine.
But both of them generate how much thrust?
Right around 30,000 pounds of thrust, and the aircraft weighs slightly less.
Yeah, it would actually be.
So that's why you can see when they take off, they can pull it straight toward the sky and start accelerating up.
Ballistic flight.
To be in one of them, I probably wouldn't be able to
When you are
last.
sitting in the jet, and you
I would
are
probably
looking at
pass
what
out.
was 50 years ago, the first electric jet where the stick didn't really connect to the control surfaces.
Yes, tomorrow is a repeat, but it's actually supposed to be pretty cloudy and rainy tomorrow.
Fly-by-wire aircraft. Movements that you are moving on the controls that you don't have direct inputs to the controls. It's all electronic signals.
I was told, Colonel, that the original F-16 stick did not move at all, but responded only to the pressure that the pilot's right hand was putting on it. The pilots didn't like that.
They did. They didn't get any feedback from that.
So I was gonna go.
So the stick moves. just
I was
a
gonna
little
go
bit.
today anyway, just because I like to go the first day.
How little that stick actually moves, but it's enough that it gives the pilots a little.
Oh, here they come again.
Outturns just about anything in the United States military inventory, doesn't it?
Okay, when this one comes through, he's coming in. I'll zoom in on it.
On the missile rails on the end of the wings, is that correct?
They are. They are carrying some CATM missiles. They're just dummy rounds, if you will, and they carry those so they have the same feel as if they would.
If you guys can share this out too, we can get more people in there.
It's fun to watch them beat up the field here. Uh-oh, the light went out. They're cleaning it up, right?
That's it. When the light goes out, that means the landing gear is up.
So the light goes out in the front, but turns on in the back. My understanding is over the 50 years that this airplane has been in service, there are over 4,500 flying around the world. Is that right?
That is correct. And they've changed over time. They started out with the A model. The B model is the two-seater, the C model, the D model, on different blocks. This unit that we have at the
Hope that was zoomed in enough for you. It's as far as I could get.
Air Force inventory. So we believe believe these aircraft will be around for another 20 years.
Wow.
And if folks have time, we do have a static display on the back of these hangars with some people to talk with if you're interested in joining. We have 1,000 people and over 67 careers that they can join at our wing.
It's probably a now. I'm seeing he's landed. What's he doing there?
It's called an aero brake. So he keeps it up at about 11 to 13 degrees AOA to kind of help increase the drag to slow down. Today in this configuration, they're landing pretty slow. If they were to land with a lot of fuel or weapons on board, they're heavy, they'd have to come in faster. And they would have to do that to slow down. We need about an 8,000 foot runway minimum to land. And you need a lot of it.
Hey, Gopher.
Hot days, heavy days, or if the runway is slippery, you need all of it.
This is kind of a perfect day for flying, isn't it?
Yes,
It's cool, the air is thicker, it makes the jet work better, it makes the airflow over the wings better, and those guys are gotta be really happy. So the aero brake, the brakes on the wheels, those are small wheels, so you want to preserve the brakes so the maintainers don't have to be changing the discs all the time.
They do, and if you're hot, if it's a hot day and it's heavy weight, and you slam on the brakes at a high speed, you can heat them up very fast. So that's why you aero brake to kind of preserve. Now this jet right here is one of our 3 2-seat models. Out of the 22 jets that we have 3 2-seaters.
And that enables familiarization rides if a new pilot comes in, even though that pilot may have F-16 experience, you probably put that person in the backseat or the front, along with an instructor pilot to make sure that newbies...
I want to see the 22 Raptor just come out of nowhere.
We'll do it if it's something new, such as a night vision goggle checkout or something specific. We'll put somebody in the back. But typically we'll just fly them with the back seat empty.
Okay, got it. Well, Nate Asta, Colonel Asta, thank you so much for your service.
Yeah, the Raptor 22s are my favorite.
Being part of the 148 Fighter Wing, which is such an integral part of the community of Duluth. Folks who are probably from Duluth here who have neighbors may not even know they're part of the Guard, but you've got some openings in the Guard.
We absolutely do. So please come see us at our tent. Like I mentioned, there's 1,000 of us that work there with over 67 different career fields. So if you're interested in something, we probably have it.
Excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Colonel Nate Asta and the 148th Fighter Wing of the Duluth Air National Guard. Thank you, Colonel.
For more than 135 years, Essentia Health St. Mary's Medical Center has delivered thousands of babies into the world. Each one a miracle, a new chapter, a promise of tomorrow. And with each new generation, we continue building on our tradition of delivering the most advanced and compassionate care to our family, our friends, and our neighbors. Welcome to Essentia Health, and welcome to the world.
The Patriot parachute team is walking the line down there, so visit with them down there. The F-16s are headed down to the back to their parking, and it's interesting as we see the F-16 goes by. We just saw the Navy FA-18 Super Hornet go by, and if you go back to the 1970s when the Air Force was having a competition for a lightweight fighter, it was during that time that General Dynamics put an airplane out called the YF-16, and Northrop Aircraft put up an airplane in that competition called the YF-17. Well, the YF-16 one became the F-16 Fighting Falcon, or the Viper, as Colonel Asta discussed. And the YF-17 we thought was going to wind up as scrap or stuck in some dark corner of an obscure aviation museum someplace. But the Navy was looking for a replacement for their aging F-4 Phantoms. And they looked at this YF-17 and said, wait a minute, It's got 2 motors. That's a good deal. Insurance when you're out over blue water operations and landing on carriers. And so they got together, Northrop folks and the McDonnell Douglas folks who made the F4 Phantom, got together and worked on that design, and it became the FA-18 Hornet, which then some 20 years later became the FA-18 Super Hornet that we're going to see here today. And it's my pleasure now to introduce the voice of the gladiators from VFA 106, the Rhino demo team. He is Lieutenant Jake Broker, and Jake, I know you've got a lot of stuff to share about this airplane, and we're going to see some incredible demonstrations. Good morning.
Good morning, Rob. And good morning, Duluth, or afternoon now. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Lieutenant Jake Broker, call sign Thumb Thumb, the corn-fed, big head dancing bear. And on behalf of the United States Navy, we are proud to present the Rhino Demo team. The Rhino Demo flight profile highlights the mobility, versatility, and the power of the most lethal carrier-based strike fighter aircraft in the world, the FA-18 Super Hornet, nicknamed the Rhino. The aircraft performing today is the F model, the 2-seat variant of the Super Hornet. In today's demonstration, Lieutenant Marty Wilson, call sign Grouse, from Lorton, Virginia, and Weapons System Officer Lieutenant Mickey Gibbons, call sign Trash Cat, from Ellicott City, Maryland, will fly the F-18 to the edge of its operating envelope. During the show, the aircrew will experience nearly 8 times the force of gravity, accelerate to speeds up to 700 miles per hour, and show the maneuvering capability of the aircraft. Many of the maneuvers seen here today will demonstrate the aircraft's capabilities being employed by naval aviators both in training and in combat. On takeoff, watch as Grouse selects max afterburner, rolls the aircraft 360 degrees while clearing up the gear, flaps up, and immediately followed by half Q&A. Trash Cat and Grouse, you are cleared for takeoff.
Thanks, Sandy Bear. Let's rock and roll.
Sorry guys, lost in the clouds there. I just love the sound that they have.
Sets a max performance pull into the vertical, followed by a -2 G pushover to level flight. Ladies and gentlemen, from the left, the Super Hornet minimum radius turn.
That's 7 times their normal body weight.
now setting up a high-speed pass. During this maneuver, they approach show center nearly Mach 1.0, or just under 750 miles per hour. You may notice the white vapor coming out the aircraft indicating that it's close to speed sound. Grouse and Trash Cat will demonstrate the power of the F414 GE 400 engines. The max afterburner it produces over 41,000 pounds of thrust, burning 60,000 pounds of fuel per hour. We'll go to the cockpit to check in with Trash Cat to see how fast they're going.
Hey, Trash Cat, this is Rob and Jake. How are you?
You're pretty well, thanks.
Give us some speeds as you come by.
Okay, we're going 620 out the corner. 635.
The next maneuver is vertical pirouette, approaching show center at 40 miles per hour. Grouse and
God,
Trash
I love
Cat
that
will
sound.
pull the aircraft into vertical, roll the canopy off towards the crowd. At the top, the aircrew will push the nose below the horizon and pull the nose back above the horizon before yawing the aircraft without ever taking its canopy off the crowd. This ability to rapidly swap nose and tail position gives the Super Hornet a distinct advantage in the air-to-air fight during the stop fight. From the left, the vertical pirouette.
I don't use air protection. Oh no, I love this sound. This is like the best sound ever. Okay, what about now?
Grouse and Trash Cat are now setting up for the square loop as the Super Hornet approaches show center. At 350 miles per hour, Grouse will rapidly reposition the nose 4 times, flying a square path through the sky. Ladies and gentlemen, from the left, the square loop.
Yeah, I'll be on later. I'll be out with the scanner probably later. Yep, not a problem.
As Grouse and Trash Cat approach show center at 500 feet, they will reduce the throttles to idle power and roll the aircraft underneath. It takes a lot of concentration to fly upside down or fly.
Thanks, Gopher.
Notice how quiet the aircraft is as it passes in front of you at over 500 feet and 500 miles per hour.
Probably gonna end it after this one is done, just because, guys, so I can save the battery.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the left, the inverted whisper pass.
I've heard airliners make more noise than that.
You gotta be careful here, the enemy will sneak up on you. Grouse and Trash Cat are now setting up for the high alpha pass. This maneuver will show you the incredible slow speed handling characteristics of the Super Hornet. few other aircraft in the world, but attempt to maneuver at such slow speed and high angles of attack.
I will make this one public, guys, just so you guys can go back and watch it.
Completely controllable while flying at less than 120 miles per hour. In some dogfights, the ability to fly slowly is more important than being able to fly fast, since this allows the Super Hornet to get behind other enemy aircraft and deploy weapons. We'll go back to the cockpit to hear Trash Cat tell us some ground speed. All right, Trash Cat, let's see how slow you can go.
What you got, Trash Cat? Call those speeds out.
Going down to 130 knots.
That's about 120
20 alpha.
Nose is pulled up 20 degrees, 20 alpha.
105 knots.
As slow as a Cessna.
As they recover from the split S, Grouse and Trash Cat will perform a pitch rate demonstration maneuver to showcase the Super Hornet's ability to excellent pitches working with a 90 and a 40-degree turn. Ladies and gentlemen, as the aircraft approaches from the left, if you're enjoying the performance so far, make some noise. Grouse and Trash Cat as they approach show center. Until their aircraft is back aboard and floating home, and we take great professional pride in our unique ability to land aboard a 100,000-ton U.S. Navy aircraft carrier. In order to land in an area 1/10 the length of a normal size runway, carrier aviators must touch down between 4 wires stretched across the deck of the ship. To do this, we use an optical landing system commonly referred to as the bulb. During the final portion of the approach, the aircrew and landing signals officer, known as paddles, work together to get the aircraft safely aboard. Let's listen in on final approach.
And line ground back up. Back up. 24 for 18 down the angle. Roger, Paul. Daniel, you're a little high. What you down? That's not close. Come on, come on up. Easy with it. Easy with it. Power. Power back on. Bolster, bolster, bolster. Upper skid, bolster.
Ladies and gentlemen, get your cameras ready. Grouse and Trash Cat are now setting up for the photo pass. The aircraft will pass show center in a 90-degree angle of bank at 200 feet, 700 miles per hour.
And you might consider holding your phone sideways because it'll be easier to track when they come by because they'll be really hauling. From over your right shoulder, the FA-18 Super Hornet.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the right, the Super Hornet photo pass.
Stand up.
The F-18 you see here today is one actually used to train pilots and whizzes at Strike Fighter Squadron 106 based at Naval Air Station Oceana in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Grouse and Trash Cat and myself serve as instructors, teaching new aircrew how to fly, tactically employ the Super Hornet. Currently, there are 33 operational Super Hornet squadrons in the Navy defending freedom and democracy around the world. One last pass from the left, the carrier brake. These aircraft. Help us thank the entire Rhino Demo maintenance team and our maintenance professionals here at the show. They are Chief Christopher Peterson from Hopper, Maryland, A1 Preston Philbeck from Virginia Beach, Virginia, A1 Mason Colbaugh from Swansboro, North Carolina, AME2 Kaylin Abel from Salt Lake City, Utah, A2 Kevin Sasnet from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, AO2 Joshua Lewis from Benton, Louisiana, and 83 Louis McDonough from El Paso, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the entire United States Navy, we thank you for allowing us to demonstrate the capabilities of the FA-18 Super Hornet. If you're interested in meeting the aircrew and checking out our merchandise, or learning more about naval aviation, please visit our tent over by the Chinook.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Dancing Bear, Lieutenant Jake Broker from VFA 106 at Naval Air Station Oceana and the FA-18 Rhino demonstration. And we're actually going to get another performance by the Rhino demo team. This time, it will be Jake and Sam McGilkey flying, and Grouse and Trash Cat will be down here with us talking about the, describing the flight. So we're going to get a chance to see the FA-18 Super Hornet fly again. It's amazing to see this airplane, as it is 30% larger than the original FA-18 Hornet, with more powerful engines that generate, as Jake told you, about 41 or 42,000 pounds of thrust versus the original Hornet.
Alright guys, I'm going to cut the live here. I will see you guys later.
With a GEF 404.
Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to go get some water. It is hot as hell out here.
From Altus Air Force Base in Oklahoma.